Chinese President Xi Jinping, who is expected to continue his third term, kicked off the 20th Communist Party Congress conclave. The week-long event is going to go on till the 22nd of October. Addressing the delegates, the Chinese Premier hailed his party's regime and defended the COVID-19 policies of his government. At the opening of the key meeting, the President strongly asserted Beijing's ability to continue or rather control its region, including Taiwan. Taking a dig at the Western powers, he asserted that China has the strategy to deal with external interference and added Beijing will firmly grasp the dominance and initiative in cross-strait relations. By the end of the meeting, Xi is going to be reconfirmed as the party's General Secretary. This will further cement his position as China's most powerful leader. This comes after a protest erupted in Beijing demanding to dethrone Xi as the Republic of China's president.
We have resolutely fought against separatism and counter-interference, demonstrating our resolve and ability to safeguard China's sovereignty and territorial integrity and to oppose Taiwan independence.
Dai Kai, beg your pardon, correspondent from CGTN is now joining us. The sense really is that there was a great deal of disgruntlement, especially because of the COVID-19 pandemic and the policies adopted by the government. But that doesn't seem to have translated to, losing support on the ground when it comes to the re-election of the Chinese premier, isn't it?
Well, I have to say that just like the spokesperson of the 20th CPC National Congress said on Saturday's briefing, that, the COVID-19 pandemic still exists. It's a reality we have to face. So the what we call the dynamic clearing fits the reality on the ground in China, actually. So as you know, that China is one of the most populated countries in the world, and the country is also continuously improving in its way of COVID prevention and control. So if we could just go back to some of the highlights of today's speech delivered by Xi Jinping. Is a wide-ranging speech. It does not only cover one aspect because it lasted for about 2 hours or so. She talked about topics from poverty alleviation to anti-corruption campaign, and also from fighting against COVID to high-quality development. So I spoke to some of the delegates who attended today's opening session, and they feel excited and inspired, actually, especially when Xi Jinping said that the past decade marked 3 major events of great immediate importance and profound historical significance for the cause of the party and the people, and that is the Communist Party of China celebrated its 100th anniversary, and China ushered in a new era of socialism with Chinese characteristics, and the country also eradicated absolute poverty and finished building a moderately prosperous society in all respects. So that means China completed its first centenary goal and are now advancing to the second, and that's one of the big reasons why many of the delegates I spoke to this morning are excited and inspired about the gathering today.
I want to ask you, China needs to enact policies to boost its birth rate. This is something that has been said by the Chinese premier today. Do give us a sense of how big this is an issue when it comes to domestic politics at home, and what kind of resonance or traction will these issues, the drop in population, really find with the people of China?
Well, indeed, it's a topic that everyone's been watching, but I have to say that it's a long process. It's just like the 20th CPC National Congress lasts a week long. It's a week-long process to really, to put everything into a more detailed manner. As you mentioned, the birth rate and issues like that, it takes a long time to actually implement and to put those things on the ground. So I have to say that it's probably too early to tell.
Also, the statement made by the Chinese premier today vis-a-vis Taiwan and also not just Taiwan but also Hong Kong. How do you read into it?
Well, yes, China's stance on issues like this has always been clear, and that is the country's determined to safeguard its national sovereignty and territorial integrity. And Xi Jinping did say at today's opening session that China will continue to strive for peaceful reunification with the greatest sincerity and the utmost effort, but the country reserves the option of taking all measures necessary. But he also said that China has always shown respect and care for Taiwan region's compatriots and work to deliver benefits to them. And China will continue to promote economic and cultural exchanges and cooperation across the strait.
Dai, also as far as Chinese politics is concerned, do give us a sense of whether there was at least a chance of somebody else getting a shot at power when it comes to the premiership in China, or whether it was unspoken and unsaid, but that was given that it is indeed going to be Xi Jinping.
Well, as I said, it's a week-long process when it comes to the CPC National Congress, so it's again, kind of too early to tell at this moment. But since this gathering is held once every 5 years, does not only elect the party's top leadership, but also create a roadmap, that guides the country's development socially and economically, and redefine the challenges that face China over the next 5 years and beyond. So what the people here in China care more is how some of the new policies and action plans can actually improve their life qualities and make the communities a better place. So data shows that the country's GDP has grown from 54 trillion yuan to 114 trillion yuan in the past decade, accounting for about 18%, 18.5%, I should say, of the world economy. So China's achievements on not just economic growth, but also on poverty alleviation, eradicated absolute poverty, as I said.
All right, Dan, getting us all of those details. I'm thanking you for the moment. We'll, of course, keep coming back to you for more on that big story developing from China.